According to TikTok, I'll be healthy if I drink immunity shots.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side.
I'm healthy. What's good?
Everywhere you look, TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, it's flooded with people trying to preach about how to stay healthy, how to be healthy, yet it lacks so much scientific backing. Wellness is a new age religion. It's a religion that changes every year, but it's a religion. It's an ideology at least. They got everything. They have something for sleep. They have something for anxiety. They have something for depression. They have something for everything. The wellness industry really is your new religion. We're sold so much. We're sold so much misinformation. It's so hard to be healthy.
Try drinking this every day to help boost your immune system.
Everyone's trying to make money. Everyone's trying to make money off of you selling their diet strategy, but I think the truth is that the human body is resilient and can thrive off of a range of diets. There's so many healthy juice bars opening up around the country. But sorry to be a buzzkill, but there's no way that drinking all the raw sugar pressed out of the fruits and vegetables is healthy for you. There's so much sugar in these little juice bottles. There's about 49 grams of sugar, which is crazy because there's like barely any fiber in here to break down all of that sugar. And so you're just, it's literally just as bad as soda. Reference, this pressed juice has 49 grams of sugar, and this can of Coca-Cola has 39 grams of sugar. But at least I'm getting 470 milligrams of potassium. At least I'm healthy now. It is really good. No, actually, tell me why I paid $7.37 for a juice. A juice without any fiber in it, actually. I might as well have just drinking a Coke. I got my sugar intake for 2 days. It's like the wellness industry has become this marketplace for spiritual transcendence, offering us these aspirational lifestyles that promise a healthier, more meaningful existence. Morning meditation, boot camp classes, yoga retreats. It's all part of this grand narrative that they're selling us. The wellness industry seems to promise the world to its followers. Health, happiness, fulfillment, you name it, they got it. By 2027, they're estimated to be worth a staggering $8.5 trillion. Trillion dollars with a T, not a B. It's crazy. Everywhere you look, TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, it's flooded with people trying to preach about how to be healthy. Yet so much of it lacks any scientific backing. I mean, sure, they might throw around some terms like observational studies, but come on, we all know that's not exactly the gold standard of evidence. With traditional religious practices on the decline, things like exercise have taken on this almost religious, ritualistic quality. People fast now, not to cleanse their souls, but to cleanse their cells. To be healthy. To be or not to be, that is the real question. There's this even more dangerous trend of misinformation, especially with those what I eat in the day videos. They may seem harmless, but they can really mess with people's mental health and physical health. For some, it triggers disordered eatings, while for others, it's inspirational, I guess. And with billions of views and millions of likes on these social media platforms, these creators are churning them out and feeding into this false notion that there is a one-size-fit-all approach to nutrition. Let's be real, it's giving privilege. We all have our own unique nutritional needs on where we live, what we have access to, and how much money we have. So we need to stop buying into this cookie cutter version of health and start listening to our own bodies instead. In the past, wellness was like passed down from your grandparents to your parents to you, and that's how you would learn about wellness. Now everybody's sharing each other's secrets to the world, not even to their own communities, but to the world. And then it would go on to the physicians that would be our primary source of health information and pretty much our gurus. And now it's influencers. Nothing wrong with them. I'm an influencer, right? I guess. Oh, I don't like that word. Call me a creator. Everyone's trying to make money. Everyone's trying to make money off of you selling their diet strategy, but I think the truth is that the human body is resilient and can thrive off of a range of diets. you see people talking about how the Mediterranean diet is the best diet or the Japanese diet because they live the longest. But the truth is that the human body can just thrive off of many types of diets, different cuisines, and depending on where they live and what they have access to, the human body is so resilient that it can thrive off of so many. And it's so to say that, like, yeah, because it's the Mediterranean diet, it's the best diet. Like, many African diets are great too and healthy. They have very healthy, amazing food. Like, the next trend, every single culture has their version of a great diet, and what they figured out works best for them. And I think sometimes that with the American diet, we just haven't figured our diet out yet. So we latch onto a bunch of different cuisines and different ethnicities' diets, and we think it's like, let's take some of this from this culture, let's take some of this from this culture. And like, I mean, that's essentially America, right? Yeah, they're like, oh, but like the Europeans are healthier, so we must follow their diet. No, like, we don't have access to the same foods as they do. I mean, yes, with globalization, maybe we do, but like, we have a great range of food and cuisine here in America. I think people forget that. They just look to other things and they think it's better over there. And it's true, we do get shit on by every single country about how terrible our diet is, and not every American eats McDonald's, okay? That's ridiculous. They love to say the Mediterranean diet is the healthiest diet, and let me tell you something. I know something about Egyptians, and their diet technically is good for you, but the way Egyptians make food, with the amount of oil that they use or the amount of butter and semna that they use, it makes the Mediterranean diet unhealthy. Do they need to be using all that oil and semna butter? No, they don't. It's literally how you make things sometimes. It's not just about the Mediterranean diet and that's it, because Egypt is on the Mediterranean, therefore they eat very similar cuisines as the Greek. That's why it's so important to talk about what you have access to, because Egyptians do not have access to olive oil like the way the Greeks or the Lebanese or the Palestinians do. So olive oil isn't used as heavily in Egyptian cuisine because they don't have as much access to it. They have it, it's just more expensive than using semna. There's healthy food in African cuisine. It's just the market hasn't explored that as well, so they can't talk about it yet. They can't sell you it yet. Like Senegalese food, I'm sure it has so much delicious, healthy food in it. Ethiopian food or Kenyan food, Nigerian food is just not on the market yet, and they haven't found a way to sell it to you because it's so foreign to you. But trust me, in the next couple of years, it might be on your dinner plate. Not telling you the whole truth. The Mediterranean diet varies, and it's not just Greek food, okay? It's crazy how many women in every age group are falling into the wellness trap. I totally get it. I'm guilty of it, and turning a certain age can feel like a stepping stone into a whole new world of uncertainty and fear. But let's be real, alkaline water, keto diets, essential oils, yoni steaming, and celery juice aren't gonna magically turn back the clock or fix any of those fears. The whole wellness industry seems to thrive on this culture of fear, preying on our insecurities instead of addressing the real issues. And don't even get me started on those scam artists like the Goop Queen herself. Honestly, I think a lot of it boils down to loneliness. I mean, think about it. Yoga classes, spin classes, any group classes, they're all ways for people to connect and feel like they belong somewhere. But the really messed up part is that when you dig a little bit deeper into it, it becomes clear that there's a disturbing link between narcissism and this new age wellness craze. These so-called wellness coaches and their MLM pyramid schemes, they're basically just modern day cult leaders manipulating vulnerable people into thinking they need whatever snake oil they're peddling at the moment. They're not just harmless hippies, they're a lot of the times appropriating cultures, and that's how I feel about yoga in general, and how the West has just taken parts of yoga and then left out like the entire rest and, sold it as yoga is this transcendental experience. So yeah, the next time you see somebody pushing their latest wellness trend on Instagram claiming how this essential oil cured their cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, etc., or all of the above, take it with a grain of salt, because chances are they're not hashtag blessed as they want you to think. I've worked in the health industry for 1.5 years of my career, and yeah, scam is a whole nother level. It's like manipulative. That's what I would call it. It wouldn't be a scam, but it's just manipulative. It's like not telling you the full truth, telling you parts of the truth, or telling you like an exaggerated part of the truth. That's health to me. But I'm not going to go too deep in it. A lot of people won't admit it, but a lot of supplements are technically a scam, especially natural supplements. Like, I just do not, it's not really defined or enforced by the FDA, so it can be used however it wants to be used by whatever CEO wants to brand or market the product. The word superfoods just rubs me the wrong way. There's no shortcut to health. Americans, they just want a magic bullet, whereas if they eat this one thing, it's going to cure everything. Even though they know it's not going to do that, but man, they get sold on it so fast, it's hilarious. Like, Americans will believe in superfoods, but reject GMOs. We're sold so much misinformation. It's so hard to be healthy. It's important for everybody to take the time to understand health. People are obsessed with like shortcuts to health, but putting in the work in anything in life, it's not just health, in anything, it is, you cannot sell that. You cannot sell that. It comes from within. Have you ever seen this comic where it starts off by saying, "We're awaiting the arrival of the wise old food man of the mountains to reveal this year's random thing you have to eat to be healthy, and here he comes now." Coconut. Hooray! Yay, coconuts! We love you, coconuts! F you, kale. Kale, burn the ground! Kale! F you, kale! That's preposterous. The superfood must taste bad enough to wean out the lazy, be expensive enough to wean out the poor, and be obscure enough to wean out the ignorant. Old man, how am I gonna flaunt my civility with coconuts? You've lost your way. I feel like you can replace the old man with Dr. Oz and it would be accurate. Or one of the nutritionists on TikTok.